At Arrowhead for the first time, lost to New England in an interesting game to say the least, and there's a pass in the flat. Watkins in the game now for the Chiefs. Second down, Mahomes decides to tuck it away, and he can do that. Slide. Sammy Watkins, bottom of your screen. Again, Watt trying to spin away. It's a little wheel route, and it goes incomplete. Well, last week, a fumble by Kevin Rader late in the game to give Tampa an opportunity. In the flat, James Conner has it between his legs, retains possession, gets a first down. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, is in this team, and he signed a big contract to be here. Rudolph using his feet to move the pocket, fires over the head of Juju Smith-Schuster. Good coverage over there by Bashad Breeland. Quarterback Russell Wilson, they actually traded him to Kansas City for a first and third round pick. Rudolph being hit from behind. Good closing speed there, and the sack. Mahomes started 2 for 2. He's 0 for his last 3. And this is a second down situation. And it's up the middle. And the ball comes out. It's caused fumble picked up by the Steelers. And they have the ball at their own 47-yard lines. And you saw Hyde cough it up.
Creating total turnovers, and that's what this Steelers defense is able to do early.
It looked like Samuels was going to be in, but James Conner returned to the field. So far, it hasn't been much offensively for the Steelers. Maybe they want to get something going, and the ball comes out. Fumble there by Dante Moncrief the first time he touched the ball. And we'll see what happens here. And it looks like Kansas City does have it.
A lot of success that T.J. Watt has had has come because Bud has been opposite side of him. So they just have to continue to work in that tandem.
All right, once again, Henne back to pass. Pressure up the middle, and down goes Henne. And we were just talking about Bud Dupree, and he's in there as that pocket completely collapsed. Every team is struggling, but the Cardinals have the lead over the Cubs. More tonight on KDK TV. Late edition of the news. James Conner remains in there. And now Conner stretching it to the left side. Conner trying to cut in. Sorensen comes over. Rodgers in the game now for the Steelers. He and Ryan Switzer have been involved in a nice slot battle. Rudolph now. With time, fires, has a ball tipped and almost intercepted there.
Defense.
All right, Steelers going to punt it again. That's been the story of the first half, some sloppy play. And this one's taken by Hardman, and back there, trying to get us Justin Lane. And finally, a wonderful special teams play there delivered by Benny Snell. You know him for his offense. He's pretty good on special teams, too. In the backfield more often than most running backs, and they like that about him. And now, here's Henne, fires and has his man. And a good catch there by Dion Yelder on a 3rd down and 6. Combined, the teams were 1 for 6 on 3rd down and only 1 double-digit play combined. This is a 3rd and 14. Pressure by T.J. Watt, almost picked off by Bud Dupree. And is it? No, it says it hits the ground. Productive day last week is in the game now. Bottom of your screen, Mason Rudolph fires over the middle, right on the money to Washington. Flag flies again, but that was in tight coverage, very little window.
Expecting big things out of the slot position from him.
Mason Rudolph again in the shotgun here. Stands up in the target, fires to James Washington, who goes up and get it.
From the pocket, which he's doing a nice job of the night.
He certainly is. 8 for 12 on the night. And it's a handoff to Jalen Samuels, who breaks the tackle, gets to the 30. 2nd and short. It gives you options. It keeps the defense back on it. And Rudolph fires over the middle, right on the money to Washington. Flag flies again, but that was in tight coverage, very little window.
Expecting big things out of the slot position from him.
Mason Rudolph again in the shotgun here. Stands up in the target, fires to James Washington, who goes up and get it.
From the pocket, which he's doing a nice job of the night.
He certainly is. 8 for 12 on the night. And it's a handoff to Jalen Samuels, who breaks the tackle, gets to the 30. 2nd and short. It gives you options. It keeps the defense back on its heels. Rudolph now with some time. He looks to run it, then steps back, gets more time, rolling right. Play fake, again gets away from pressure, fires into the end zone, and that one is almost delivered to Eli Rogers. 2016 out of Ohio State, and Mason Rudolph deked him out. He had completed 5 consecutive before that incompletion. Good call by your part, Charlie. That's what he needs to do. In it, they had a lot of points last week in a 30-28 Steeler win against Tampa Bay. This time, it's a little hitter to Deontay Johnson on this drive. Handoff again, it's to Samuels. Samuels has open real estate, and he's going to go untouched into the end zone. A 14-yard touchdown for Jalen Samuels, and the offensive line just sealed it off beautifully. Darwin Thompson in the game now at running back for Kansas City. And Thompson gets to the outside, pushed out of bounds.
Or what they expected as they drafted him 5 years ago out of Kentucky.
Then it's Thompson trying to cut to the outside now. And he does. He gets first down yardage as he gets out of bounds, tackled by Mike Hilton.
And that started up in Latrobe.
3rd and short now. Here comes Dupree from the outside, pass over the middle, and it's a good one. Marcus Kemp is there. They'd like to keep it that way. Henne from behind Bud Dupree again as he beats the tackle cleanly. We've seen Bud take circuitous routes in the past, not this time. As these guys continue to scratch along here in the preseason. All right, it's 3rd down now for Chad Henne. Again, this time Watt being picked up, fired into the end zone, and he has his man, and that's Nicole Hardman, 17 yards. And boy, he had a touchdown last week on a shovel pass. He's dangerous, and Kansas City has to account for that. Dobbs now in the packet, pump fakes, throws down the middle. James Washington beats his man and makes the reception at the 40. Dobbs now looking and swinging behind Xavier Grimble. Dobbs now with time, fires down the field looking for and not finding Deontay Johnson. Here comes Mike Hilton. Snap is low, fumble. It's still loose, and it's going to be picked up right there. And that's Tuzar's skipper, who had a good game last week. Hilton came in with the pressure from the edge. So the Steelers take over now. Dobbs over the middle. Has his man, Eli Rogers. He put it beautifully right there. But the Steelers will take it now. They're in the red zone inside the 10-yard line.